funny. All right, so while I'm here, let's have a quick look at this other video that we did on this guy, Lauren, because Lauren deserves some sort of recognition. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to do to this video, which I think we can't really do it unless we do it now. So Lauren, I don't know if I linked through to his Vimeo channel. I'm not really with it today. Some days you just don't think you should be. So what I wanted to do is I want to link through to Lauren's channel. Where is he? There he is. So he's got 1 subscriber and he's got 2 playlists. And if you read one of the playlists, you can see that he's actually got a video on here promoting AAS, which is Jason Michael's scheme. Now, Jason Michael, if you don't know, has actually been locked up. But these 2 scams are quite serious scams. So that's what I found when I found him. So let's just go into edit this video. And where I talk about his YouTube channel, I'm just going to put a link in there. And I'll just see if I can YouTube. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. Even has a YouTube playlist. So we're going to go YouTube playlist, bold that, paste that in there, that thing there, open a new window, update, and we're YouTube playlist, make it a capital P. And because what I find, a lot of these people that we talk about, now since we've been talking about this guy, he's disappeared. And we've got a Vimeo channel as well. So if we go and look for him in his Vimeo channel, Vimeo, maybe it's that one there. Yep, that's the one. So this guy, when we went to his Vimeo channel, he had 42 videos. Where are they all now? Oh no, they are. Sorry, yes they are. But so what we did is we got ChatGPT to go through all his videos that he's got and grab all the titles and then find all the schemes and the Ponzi schemes that he's been promoting. And then basically we got it written into a blog for us. And this is why I'm absolutely loving busting scams using ChatGPT. I haven't even tried any other system, but I wanted to link through to these channels so that you guys can go there and have a wee look. And I've just realized I haven't done something, so you'll have to excuse me. But if somebody's going to be in our chat room and ask us curly questions, they're over there for 1 or 2 reasons. They're a true believer that everyone should be able to do multi-level marketing, or they're there to waste our time. And I won't show you all the chat log, but we did actually put all the chat log of all the conversation that we had with this guy, and I must make sure I get his name right. I think, is it Lauren?
Lonnie Howard.
Lonnie Howard. Hey, nice to see you here. So we're going to go through and have a wee look at this Lonnie. Now, I know there's YouTubers watching, so I'm trying to do a little bit of tutorials. That graphic that you see there, when I put that into ChatGPT and ask it to go through the 5 pyramid schemes that we found on the outset that he was promoting, it asked me if we wanted to put it into an infographic. And I went, yes. And there's a new graphical tool that seems to be built into ChatGPT. So this whole graphic was produced by ChatGPT. So then I put this graphic into the chat room and asked him how he would answer to all the other schemes that he's been promoting over the years that have fallen over, and whether he would be interested in coming on a live chat with me to explain why he thought they were a good opportunity at the time. He didn't. He's disappeared and we haven't heard from him since. But if you are out there and you are promoting multi-level marketing opportunities and you think it's a good idea, we will name and shame you. And this is what we've done to, is it Lenny? Have I got that right this time?
Lonnie Howard.
Lonnie. How am I going to remember that? Lonnie Howard. So we're going to read it because I found this brilliant. And I don't think I need to do much more scam busting with ChatGPT on the case. So listen to this.
He pushes Ponzi schemes, evades accountability, and joins anti-scam groups just to waste time. But the game's up. Lonnie, we see you. Who is Lonnie Howard? Lonnie Howard is not your average misguided opportunity seeker. He's a prolific promoter of shady financial schemes, with a Vimeo channel littered with pitch videos for programs like Vibe, BFX Standard, XtreamFX, NVisionU, Our Own Rescue, GivBux, and MWR Financial. He even has a YouTube playlist promoting Afriq Arbitrage System, ARS, a confirmed Ponzi scam tied to Jessam Michael, who was arrested in connection with an $87 million fraud. Yet despite this track record, Lonnie carries himself like a righteous mentor. He postures as if he's simply helping people, while in reality, he's luring everyday folks into financial traps. When called out, he gaslights, deflects, and plays the victim, and worse, he thinks he has a right to do so.
Yeah, so this is they're all YouTube shorts, but that's Jason Michaels in I think it's Lycos Airport where he got arrested. He stole $87 million. So if I went back to Lonnie Howard, as he's been renamed in the chat room, thank you guys rock. You would ask that question, why have you still got him on a playlist? I mean, why didn't you have my shorts on your playlist? And why would you promote a scam? Or why would you put this down to just bad luck, or, not all of these schemes work out, all this sort of bullshit? So that sort of exposed him a little bit. We found his YouTube channel after we did this blog, so I got it to update. So we asked him a lot of those hard questions. Why is he doing, why is he waving the flag for Megan and Regan? Why are you promoting this? Are you really hoping to get your $10 from everyone that you scam into it just to get the $25? Or you really think that they've got something credible that they'll promote to the masses and it'll make you not $442,860 a month? What is it? So we chatted to him for about 2 days, and there was also other people in there chatting to him as well. So here we go.
A masterclass in evasion and deflection vibe WhatsApp group. Lonnie Howard didn't join the WhatsApp group exposing Megan and Regan Lynch, twin deceivers, to contribute meaningfully. From the beginning, it became clear that his intent was to muddy the waters, waste time, and subtly defend the very scammers we were calling out. When asked direct questions about Vibe or his support of serial scammers like Megan Lynch, Lonnie would either dodge, moralize, or flip the script with vague spiritual references and gaslighting tactics.
Yeah, and I was brought up in a religious cult, and I got kicked out for having premarital sex, and I don't hide that. And I was a young 23-year-old, hadn't had sex until I was 23 years of age, so I was busting to get that job done. And also the girl I was with was pretty much the same, but because we did the dirty deed, then we went and told the elders what we did the very next day. They wanted to know every single detail of what happened and how we managed to do it. It was quite disgusting, to be honest, but that's what they do in the Jehovah's Witness organization. So I spent 4 months of my life bawling my eyes out at the back of the Kingdom Hall, trying to get back in, reinstated as they call it, so I could have my friends and family back, because they literally use your friends and family to bribe you to keep you in the religion. And it's really hard work, if you're trying to do that. Anyway, I was a young fella. All my friends and family are in it. My family, my mum, my half-brother, and my sister was not in it, but she was already failed short. She finished up dying by suicide. So did my stepfather when I was 9 years of age. Long story short, I don't have any desire to have anything to do with religion, the Bible, Jesus, God, Gandhi, I don't want anyone to push their beliefs on me. And that's how I feel about it. So when I see other people using, religion, undertones, and preying on people's faith, I get angry. And it's not the side of me. Now, I travel around the neighborhood on a scooter, and around about, it could be a year ago now, I saw Jehovah's Witnesses on the corner, and there's about 15 of them. And I told them to leave the neighborhood because we didn't want them peddling their lies. And they said, "Oh, sorry you feel that way." And they knew me because 5 of them I could write with, and there was probably about 15. So I said, "Well, if you guys don't leave the neighborhood, I'm going to go around the neighborhood and tell them that the pedophiles are in the neighborhood and lock up your children. Your choice." And I was nice. I was talking like I am now. I said, "But I'm not going to have you guys ruining people's lives because you destroy families." "Oh, we're very sorry you hear it, you feel that way, and, Danny," and because they knew who I was. So I started going up and down the neighborhood, yelling out, the pedophiles are in the neighborhood, my neighborhood. And eventually they decided to disperse because it was getting a bit embarrassing. They even called the police, and the police said, "Yeah, I understand you, Mr. Heck, no worries at all. I get where you're coming from." And I said, "I've had 2 people in my family die by suicide, and I blame that organisation." So I control myself when I'm a YouTuber. I have respect for people who have beliefs. I'm not going to push my thoughts, my opinion on you, except when it comes to these Ponzi schemes and scams. But I'm also not going to sit here and listen to people like this guy, Lonnie Howard, gaslight you into thinking that you should believe him because you have the same beliefs in the same God. It's just, I just can't do it. And I will sit here and spit in your face as I talk in anger because I just can't stand it. I'm not going to let somebody push you, mold you into the position they want for financial gain in the name of their God, claiming that you share the same values. So just want to make that clear. If you ever see me go off the handle, it's because I hit a nerve. I think I did read this. So 1 point, fair respectful questions. Right, so I'm sorry because I got carried away then. I've lost my train of thought. But anyway, I think we need to read this again, but I think you're going to get it. I think I did read
Lonnie
it.
Howard didn't join the WhatsApp group exposing Megan and Reagan Lynch, twin deceivers, to contribute meaningfully from the beginning.
No, so he wasn't, debating whether it was real or not. Oh, they come to your door the other day. It was basically he was there just to waste our time. At one point, after being pressed with, so he snapped back at me after we started questioning him and probing at him.
Oh, so now you're going to try to gaslight me? Since you like to dig up information, I'll let you find the answers to all your questions.
So Lenny comes back to us and says, Lenny Howard comes back to us and says that you did this video after I was like the same as you in this chat room trying to find out, more about Megan and Regan, whether it's real or not. And I go, oh my God, how much evidence do you need? He's challenged me here and he said, I'll let you find the answers and all the questions. Well, I've done that, Lenny. Here they are. Wait for it.
And when that didn't work, he shifted again, this time portraying himself as the noble defender of women and shutting down all dialogue.
Yeah, so I did say some derogatory things in the chat room about Megan and Regan. And if you were reading the email, you'll probably think, wow, that's pretty harsh, Danny. And I'm totally transparent. I will make it very vocal how I feel about people who take advantage of other people, especially in the name of God. So then they twist it. As soon as you sort of like get off track and maybe you say things that you shouldn't say, that gives them a reason to pick up on that information and not answer the questions. And they use them like a distraction technique. So this is what he says, because he's what they call it, deflection. This is him trying to deflect from answering the questions. For example, one of the persons in the chat room kept on asking him, do you believe in God? He wouldn't answer the question, but he kept on quoting from God and quoting from the Bible. So it was really unreal.
At Danny D. Heck Limited, since you still choose to degrade and disrespect people, especially women, instead of discuss and debate a company and or the industry, then I will just ignore you too.
Yeah. So he's telling me that he's going to ignore me now because I have disrespect for women, which I don't. However, I don't understand why he's turning a blind eye on people who are stealing money from people who don't even know how to use the arse end of a computer, which is quite interesting.
Rather than provide a single straight answer about his role in promoting Ponzi-style platforms, Lonnie chose to frame himself as a victim. This is a textbook move from scam apologists. Shift the narrative from facts to feelings, from evidence to emotion.
Yeah, so let's just be clear. He was using this video here that we've got in front of us here, where a lady rings up and claims that she's made $1,048 from listening to this profit share wizard guy. And he was saying that that lady's done so well. And I'm sitting here going, oh my God, where did that money come from? And then when you go to Lenny's, and then we've done this with other YouTubers. We'll come in here next week and he'll see this video and he'll take down all his videos and hide. And you can come across here and look at, Lenny's other YouTube saying account. That lady's done so well. And I'm sitting here going, oh my God, just get rid of that. But you get the idea anyway. Let's carry on. Let's carry on there. Let's be clear, these are not opportunities, they are scams. To help people understand the damage Lenny and others like him are doing, let's have a quick breakdown. So here we go.
Ponzi scheme. a scam where returns are paid to earlier investors using money from new investors. There's no real revenue, just a ticking time bomb.
Now, this is really interesting because one of the questions Lenny asked us is, you don't understand the difference between a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme and a legitimate investment scheme. And this was meant to give him some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of credibility as an expert. This is the definition from ChatGPT of what a Ponzi scheme is. See if you can pick the difference between a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme.
Ponzi scheme, a scam where returns are paid to earlier investors using money from new investors. There's no real revenue, just a ticking time bomb.
So if you used Regan and Megan as an example here, what income streams does that company, and I use that term lightly, actually have at the moment? Does anyone want to actually, who believes in Megan and Regan, do any of you know of any income streams that they've currently got bringing in money? And I'll say that, let you suck that in, other than asking people to pay $25 each to lock themselves in a pyramid. And then in return, you're going to get yourself a marketing kit so you can market Megan, Regan, and Tony, and that other guy. I mean, is there any other income streams? All right, but a pyramid scheme, let's have a listen to this.
Pyramid scheme, a structure where earnings come primarily from recruiting others. Product sales, if any, are just window dressing. These are illegal in most countries.
Right, so they claim that they're in 160 different countries at the moment. Are you telling me that all those 160 countries that they have got themselves in are allowed to have pyramid schemes? So in that case, she's quite happy to take a customer in and have them locked into their pyramid, 3 times matrix pyramid scheme, from countries where it's illegal to be part of a pyramid scheme. So there's ethics right there. And the other one is they claim that their digital products are actually tangible products in some way. So let's just play that game for a wee while and think about it. Product sales. Are any of the products that they claim you can buy on a monthly basis actually tested? Do they actually have any examples of people that have used their products? Do their products actually really exist? Is there any proof that their concepts and their philosophy on these products will actually give people a return on their investment? When you pay your $249 a month for these digital products, where does the money actually go? Now, we have been promoting and highlighting Ponzi schemes and scams for quite a long time. Even to our astonishment, there was one that was called Boomerang, and you pay $500 for a license. Now, we exposed that website and everything about it, and we proved that this $500 license wasn't doing anything in regards to, what do they call it now? Arbitrage trading. So after us exposing their website and blowing them out of the water, literally just killed it. And after watching up to $250,000 a day getting paid in by people who are buying these licenses, we found out that the $500 people were paying, 65% of that money was going to the affiliate marketers. That means $320 of that money that people were paying was going back to the affiliate marketers. So then they said that we're going to refund people. Instead of refunding them in USDT, they decided to refund people into their worthless token, which is called a BTCC. No one can get their money back to fiat currency. They're telling you that you've got to hope and pray that this will actually eventuate back into real world wealth. It never will, because we know the background of it. And this is the one that I was in Bloomberg with. And Shavis Anwar said he's going to sue me if I disrupt his business practices. The same guy was releasing a credit card called 9Pay. Bloomberg TV questioned him about it. He spilt the beans. Next minute, he said that he's backed by Visa. So they rang up Visa and they said they had no association with Shavis Anwar and they had no knowledge of 9Pay. 2 weeks later, he rebranded the credit card he was going to release to Liquid Pay. Liquid with LQ, no I. So if you go to Liquid Pay, no I, LQ, .pay, whatever I'm saying, you'll see I've set up a website to expose them. But my point is, where did your money go with Megan and Regan? If you were paying $249 a month, it will be going back to the affiliates That's why you've got this yin and yang people. You've got some people who are like, oh, I could really do some marketing for my business. I might be tempted to buy this marketing package and pay $3,000 a year. Is it $3,000 a year? It is, isn't it? Let's have a 249 times 12. Yep, $2,988 a year. And you're going to get, but if that goes wrong and they claim that they couldn't deliver, or your money was lost on the blockchain, or it was lost in green money, whatever they call it, where does that $3,000 actually go? Does it go back to the people that are telling you it's not a scam, like Lenny? Of course it is. And is it a real product if there's no proof of concept? There's no proof it actually works. I think so. All right,
legitimate investment, backed by real assets or revenue, regulated by financial authorities, and does not require recruitment to earn. If it promises guaranteed returns or crazy profits with no risk, run.
Yeah, so every single one of these opportunities that I've busted, and there's been quite a few of them, is they actually all require you to recruit and you become a salesman. And it just seems like the norm and the expectations that you know that. I was watching a scam last night with a guy who drives a yellow Lamborghini and he's got a smoking hot girlfriend. And he was in here explaining the back end of a scam. And he showed all the admin side of it. And it was actually quite breathtaking. And I think I might have it a bit handy. So I'm actually going to show you this because this is the norm. And this is why I think you've got to sort of look at this and think, oh, that's interesting. Was that him? No. Was that him? Oh, yeah. So if I make this, and I'm not going to go into this for hours and hours and hours. I just want to give you an idea. Now, I was sitting there watching TV, all right? So, oh, my goodness, hold it. How do we get out of here? That one there, close that window. I've already lost my, there it is. So this is quite funny. You'll have a bit of a laugh with this one, but this was me sitting there watching TV. I wonder if I can make that full screen. I can. All right, so that's me watching full screen. And then we've got this guy here, and he's explaining the back end of this website.
So once you're inside, you're going to have your referral link ready so you can start building up the network. But it's very important before you do so to understand that to withdraw your commissions, you need to have a license. And this license is called YBA, your business assistant. You come here, you get $49.99 or
yeah, so, you know, from someone who's not really, I'm just going to bring this up. If I can make this a bit bigger, that will be awesome. I can't do what I want to do. But my point is, can I do plus, plus, plus? This whole scheme, as soon as he says that you are going to build your wealth and you need to, it's got teams, then it's all about recruitment. And then the scam isn't whether you can or can't build the team. The scam is that he's trying to get you to buy a $49, a $99, $149 package. And it says here that it's going to last, it's per year $49. Or if you want 3 years worth, $99. If you want 5 years worth, $149. So this is the low-hanging fruit that these schemes, just like Megan and Regan, have got. But then when he went on a little bit further, which I found quite interesting because I don't normally get the back end, he starts showing you how the team structure works and basically the pyramid scheme and how much money you're going to receive once you start referring. And it just, you know, like it's not rocket science here, kids. I mean, you know, it's like total rewards, daily rewards, weekly rewards, monthly rewards. And obviously he's the man behind the scene. And here he is showing me this last night when I'm sitting here watching TV going, I get so sick of these guys. But, you know, this is nothing new. And this is what Megan and Regan are doing. All right, let's carry on. Let's see what, go back to Lenny Howard.
What Lonnie pushes falls squarely into the first two categories, time and time again.
Why this blog exists. Let's have a listen.
Why this blog exists. Lonnie wants to control the narrative. He wants to pretend he's being persecuted while profiting from schemes that wreck lives. But we're not going to let that happen. We created this blog too.
So Lenny is just a hopeful. He's hoping that if people listen to him, he'll build his wealth, even though he's selling the you'll get your wealth by listening to Lenny scenario. So I'm here to name
and shame Lonnie Howard for his role in promoting MLM Ponzi schemes.
Yep. So when you search for his name,
warn others about the specific scams he's pushed. Expose his manipulation tactics, including moral gaslighting and selective silence.
So if you know this guy, I want some
call for accountability, both from Lonnie and anyone who continues to follow or promote his nonsense.
So people will know this guy, and he's a small-time player, but these are the guys I want to go after. Because I'm not going to sit here and let little guys like that make a little wee bit of side hustle money from telling people to invest in opportunities they know that are fraudulent. And if you know anyone like that, I mean, I get a lot of emails every day from people going, you know, can you do a whole video on this guy? Or can you do a whole video on this thing? And I'm going, well, I can. But there does come a point where you've got to have some sort of sense of responsibility yourself and actually just realize that these guys need to be named and shamed. And not everyone wants to be a vigilante and stop these people. There's very few people like Queen of Karma. She's out there putting her name out there and her face, and she's talking about how disgusting these people are. Now, a lot of people aren't willing to do that. And I don't really mind because of my religious upbringing, as I mentioned earlier on. You know, like I said to my mother one day, I said I could have also died by suicide. And her reaction is, oh, don't talk like that, son. No, it wasn't. Her reaction was, well, at least you would receive a resurrection. So I asked my mother if she would kindly have a relationship with me if we just never brought up the Jehovah's Witness conversation or had nothing to do with, you know, religion. And we just had a mother-son relationship because my mum and I are actually quite close. And then my mum said, oh, well, you know, it's the truth. And I go, no, I don't believe it's the truth. And I said to my mum, you know, you don't even know how I survive. You don't even know what I do for work. You have no interest in my life other than the fact that if I was in the Jehovah's Witness organization, that you would love me and then give me your attention. And to be honest, the Jehovah's Witness organization, the people that are in it are only out to save their own bacon. They only care about themselves. As much as I love my mum, you know, she got that religion at a time where she was desperate. She needed a community. So they prayed on her and they got her. And now it's her everything. She's 81 years of age, lives 9 minutes down the road from me, doesn't want anything to do with her son because he doesn't have the same belief in God as her. So a few years ago, I said to her, I said, Mum, you know, you don't know anything about me. I mean, I could have died by suicide. And she said the words that I never forgot. I even got it on recording because I had my iPad with me and I was recording the conversation for my own mental sake. And she said, at least you would get a resurrection. So she would rather I died and live with the hope that I'd get a resurrection on a paradise earth than have a relationship with her son. I don't have time for people who want to gaslight their religion on me. And the parallels of these religions and these Ponzi schemes are remarkably the same. They use the same techniques. The first thing they do is they tell you to recruit to your family and your friends. So when it all goes pear-shaped, these schemes destroy relationships. And I'm not going to have a bar of it. I've already been humiliated by having been brought up in a religious organization, which I believe is a cult. I'm not going to let other people take advantage of people where they break relationships. Relationships to me is the most important things in my life. I have online relationships with people who I really am close to. My Avengers. I like building relationships. I like having friendships. I'm not in the mood to sit here and financially become a millionaire and then build friendships with people and then push them into investing in stupid opportunities. I mean, I do ask people to use common sense. I do want to be approachable. But when this guy come to me from the USA, I put him in the USA now. So here he is. So these are all the people in the USA that I've got files on. So I think I'm saying it right. Maybe not. Lonnie, whatever, Mr. Coward. I tell you what I'll do, guys. There he is here. And I found him. I don't even know if all his social media is correct because he looks like a kickboxer. But we're going to give him an AKA name. And I think we all know what that's going to be. Howie, it's going to be a cowie. See that? Do you like that? That's pretty cool. Yeah, so let's just get this blog done. Misled. We invite anyone. Yeah, so if you've had any dealings with Lenny, please do let us know. And Lenny, this is my words to you. Hold it. This is my words
Final
to you.
thoughts. Lonnie, if you're reading this, you've been warned. Your gaslighting won't work here. We're not playing your game, we're exposing it. Either clean up your act or be prepared to be remembered as just another promoter of Ponzi trash.
Yep, he's a Ponzi. He's a Ponzi promoter of trash. So I'll just put this back to the size it was. Now, I'm just out of curiosity. If you search for him, we want to see, we're just going to search for him now. And the first thing that comes up is, as I said, there's another guy out there. And he doesn't come up at all so far. So if I go Lenny and I put scam, now he comes up. So now you can see 3 days ago, Danny published a blog. And down here, I've got a tag. And this is what I do. So Lonnie Howard exposed as a multi-level marketing Ponzi scheme. Now that's something I've set up on my website, which is pretty powerful. What have we got? JWs are taught that bounds for entry to your family. That you are bound for entry. No, I can't read that. Isn't that awful? I'm going to actually read it though because I want to. Yeah, I was brought up. I said to my mum, I had no choice. No shout to Bob. I had no choice but to but to do what I do. I reckon I know what's wrong. I'm not using the right mic. Is that what's happening here? I think that's the case. So how do I get the right mic? That's what's happening, isn't it? I've got the wrong mic. I'm just going to have a wee listen to that. Testing. I don't think I've got the right mic on. How do I fix that? I'm going to have a wee play with that. That's what I couldn't figure out. Stop sharing, overlay, camera, video. How do I do it? Isn't that funny? I didn't even notice. I knew there's something not right. Sharing. Oh, it probably won't matter now. Anyway, that's why I'm setting a bit video mode, voice isolation. I wonder if it comes right in a minute. There's bound for... Yeah, so that microphone, I'm going to actually read it though because I want to.